Hello YouTubers, this is finally the Intercom system update video. As you notice, the room is different. I redid this room about a month ago, and I also took the time to redo the shop too, but I did a lot of major changes in this room, and I added a new horn. Say hello to that 4J horn there. I actually got this for cheap on eBay. I believe I paid like $30. It's a really nice horn. And I've seen this at that one amusement park, the same place I saw this speaker here, this 4J. And these were scattered all around the amusement park called Castles and Coasters. And what they usually use them for over there is they click a button and it interrupts whatever's playing on the horn, and it just explains the rules of the ride, how to be safe and whatnot. Pretty loud horns, and I'm glad I acquired one of these at least for my collection. Pretty loud, and it's good for paging too. I did move some speakers around. I moved the low well, the classic old low well right in the corner here, and I moved this one to the middle here, right where the low well used to be, because it used to be kind of crowded over here. And I moved this 4J reflex horn speaker, or whatever you want to call it. But other than that, I mean, the phone system, I made major modifications to the phone system. And I decided that I'm going to use the UPAM. I decided I wanted to use this. So this is the brains of the system. I still have the UTI one, and I'm keeping that if I want to, like, for instance, my cousins want to play with the system again, I can make it portable. It's easy. So everything is working, and I also too added two switches here. Not this switch. This is a power switch to control some devices that I don't want on standby. But here's line 6. This shuts off landlines just to my phones here, in case those dumb telemarketers call the house like crazy, and I can just disable it. Or when my sister gets her phone taken away and she has to call her friends through the landline, it gets kind of annoying. So that does that. So, and then this here shuts off majority of the speakers except the horns. This speaker, that speaker, and that reflex horn. Those stay on, as well as the rest, all the horns in here. And I also too acquired one of these little ports that got pulled out of my old high school last year. And the reason this was removed was because this was messed up and the VGA was messed up. So I went on eBay and I bought a new VGA gender changer adapter and a coupler. This is really just a 3.5 mil coupler. And this is where the auxiliary gets plugged in, which goes through this switch right here, which is on port 3. Port 1 is the computer. Port 2 is this Magnavox DVD player that I usually use as a CD player. The thing you might notice, is that I don't have cable in here anymore. I've decided I want to rip all that out, because there's nothing good on TV anyway, so I don't have that anymore. Now, these two white and red RCA ports, that's my output if I want to connect an external amplifier for whatever reason. Car radios, computer speakers, I can hook it up right here. This is just an input. This yellow is just an input to this monitor here, because this monitor has an RCA port. So yeah, everything seems to work. So, and I also did more just beyond this room. I actually decided to modify landline ports in my house, and I added a landline port in one of the rooms with a special treat. So, about a month ago, there was an old coax port here, and it was falling out of the wall. So I actually got one of these at Lowe's, these coax RJ11 combos, and I stuck it in here, and ran some wires through the wall back to the shop. But this is the landline coming. This is a landline port coming off of one of the ATAs back in the room. And guess what we got here? That's right, you guys. A kid's novelty phone, at least a Hello Kitty phone. And yes, this does work. Heck, I'll call her right now. So there we go, it just called. Test check 1, 2, 3. This Hello Kitty phone does work. It works just fine. Makes a satisfying hang-up sound. So yeah, it called the UPAM. Calls just fine. So that just shows you that even kids' novelty phones work. In fact, turn on the music, make it more appropriate. Now, I modified landline ports in this house. In fact, here's one of them right here. This is original to the house. In fact, my house was built in 2004, so they used Cat 3 wires, which was nice because they only used the blue pairs. I decided to use the brown pairs to back feed the phone service from my room to from the ATA to this. Got my ATA trimline phone. And it works just fine. Hello, I'm talking through the landline ports in the house. Clipbanal 64, thank you. It's a good hang-up sound too. And then there's a landline right here, which is where one of my lines goes right into. This is where one of my lines meets up from my room into here. Now this one does not do a page. In fact, this is directly to Google Voice. Now there's a black and a yellow wire. And what I did was I reused those two pairs because there's a line that ran straight from this to that port back at the desk. So I flip-flopped a couple of them. And I made it work. In fact, there's one in my parents' bedroom too, which also is connected to the intercom, which I'm not going to go all the way out there because I don't want to do that. So yeah, it's working just fine. Still have the Nortel phones in place. I labeled it page 2, by the way. Hello, Mike, can you please report to lumber? Once again, Mike, can you please report to lumber? Thank you. Gotta throw a Home Depot joke in there. So we'll move to the shop here in a little bit, but this is the brains right here, in case those of you who don't know what this is. That's the paging interface. And in here, this box has a bunch of connections plus 3 cube relays this controls a set of 3 relays that controls all the amplifier's mute revisions. Using this power supply up here. This powers the relays. This gets its power from one of the ATAs. So yeah. Fortunately, I ripped the loose end phone out of the closet because I was rearranging. So yeah. Those are still in place. In fact, I'll demonstrate the switch over before. So I just switched off majority of the speakers, except all the horns and then a few of these. This was the real quiet one. There you get a better chance to hear what this horn sounds like. Yeah, Hello Kitty phone seems to work. Page again from here. Oh, didn't dial 5. Attention all Walmart shoppers, all electronics is 50% off. Once again, all Walmart shoppers, electronics is 50% off. Only limited customers can go. Get it while it lasts. Thank you. Yeah, of course I have to make a joke through the Hello Kitty phone. Makes it more interesting, right? And now, we move into the shop. I did make changes in here too. Finally got this place cleaned up. So there's that old fire protective speaker that was in the room. I decided to move it here. I removed the JBL speaker here. The old JBL commercial series speaker. But everything else is basically, nothing's been changed. I did paint that baffle white. It used to be kind of a yellowish. I don't know if any of you noticed. Everything works fine in here. And I finally cleaned up my mess back here. I got a box put in place which protects all the wires going in there. So all the wires are enclosed in here now, as well as all the isolators. Haven't had any issues. And this phone does work with the UPAM. Larry, please report to the bakery. Once again, Larry, please report to the bakery. Thank you. Yep. Seems to work. That horn is pretty loud, I have to say. That's why I put it on a volume control. And then I took down the old Mexican calculator phone here because it was causing horrible feedbacks every time. Even though this caused a little bit of feedback, but that wasn't really that bad. So yeah, everything seems to work. Major modifications. Hello, cleaning all floor, thank you. Yep, seems to work. Nothing changed with the horn outside, just other than the mute revision getting modified. That's about it. So yeah, this is basically all what I've done with the system. I finally closed this back up. I just left it open because I was doing work up there. And I painted this area green to make it a little bit fancy. Kind of reminds me of Bash's, that color. Which, by the way, was free paint. Got it for free. In the future, I really do want to put a pole station here. It's just a blank cover at this point. So, but that's for a fire alarm video to get into. So, I'll demonstrate those ports in the room, but it will be in a Google video using content, real content, playing across the system. And some of you might know the show 90 Day Fiance. I'll give you a test with 90 Day Fiance in the Google video that will be in the description below if you want to watch it. I hope you guys enjoyed this major intercom system update video, and stay tuned for more.